Essentially, the ANC will be getting reports from the political report that will be delivered by the president of the ANC at the start of the 55th National Conference, and they will also get a report on the Secretary General's organizational report, which will be delivered by the Deputy President David Mabuza at conference, and then they'll get the Treasurer's report, which the NEC has to sign off on all of these three reports. A status update on the ANC's branch general meetings will also be given to the NEC meeting on how far the ANC branches were able to convene their branch general meetings. As you did hear about a month ago, that they had reached the 70% threshold to hold the national conference. You go further to this week when the Acting Secretary General Paul Mashatile said that they had surpassed the 85% threshold of branch general meetings successfully held to convene the 55th National Conference, with over 4,200 voting delegates at this conference. So this NEC meeting is about finalizing all three reports that will be delivered at conference so that they could go to printing. But it is also anticipated that the Integrity Commission will be bringing the report on Phalaphala, which implicates ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa, to this NEC meeting. I am now going to bring in Mr. Mxolisi Dukwana, who is the convener of the Free State province. Mr. Dukwana, very good morning to you.
Morning.
The Free State was lagging behind when it comes to BGMs. You were sitting at 44% about a week ago. This past weekend, you had BGMs. Have you finally reached the 70% threshold to hold a provincial conference, or where are you?
No, we finally reached the threshold, and we're waiting on some of the disputes to be resolved, and we're ready to go for a conference.
So you may be holding a conference before the 55th National Conference by the end of the year?
Yes, we should. We were instructed to have a conference before then, and our roadmap tells us that we should have a conference on the 25th, and that's what we're looking at.
25th of November,
Of November.
There was an issue that we've just reported on Tisabutla local municipality, which was taken to court over the issue of electricity and water provision. As the MEC within that province, how are you handling the issues of Tisabutla local municipality?
Tisabutla is not in the Free State.
Tisabutla is not in the Free State? Oh, I thought it was in the Free State. But when you look at the issues of service delivery, particularly within your own province, how are you dealing with issues pertaining to the residents of that province?
We have serious challenges, especially with a number of municipalities. I can mention Dikhabeng, Masilonyana, Mangaung, Mukhaka. These are hung municipalities, Nala. So we're really experiencing some difficulties, and some of these difficulties are actually made by our inaction as leadership in the municipalities, ill discipline among councillors, and in some instances people who are actually not prepared to service the residents, but looking after their own interest. So some of the challenges are actually self-inflicted wounds, and we have been having interventions. In some instances we have realized these interventions are not working. Hence we felt that Section 154 that demands that we create a capacity for these municipalities, especially the ones that the new administration that took place after the elections in November.
You are faced with an issue in the Mangaung municipality where the mayor says he was not informed by the interim provincial committee in the Mangaung region and also by the IPC that there would be a reshuffle and he'd be asked to step down as the mayor of Mangaung, so as the speaker as well of that municipality. How are you resolving the tensions, particularly within that metro municipality in your province?
I think, people will talk and everybody would have whatever they wish to express. But the ANC in the province, the IPC, has actually dealt with the matter. We have been very, very, understanding in the manner in which we approached the thing, especially the ill discipline demonstrated by many councillors in the area. In some instances, we've got a situation where ANC councillors participated in voting out a chief whip of the ANC as a whip of council. And these are some of the things that we need to deal with. In some instances, we've got councillors who are not respecting their code of conduct in the manner in which they handle themselves, how they speak in the social media, things that they post in the social media, and we can't just fold our arms and not act as an organization. So we gave them a chance, and the national deployees went there, and we did not act on them. We actually said, let's start on a clean slate, all of us, and do what is expected of us to do. But they still showed us a middle finger, and we felt that we need to bring about discipline in these municipalities, starting with Mangaung, and that is what we are going to do. We are going to make sure that we have the Troika reshuffled and get people who have the interest of the organization at heart. I had the DA also coming up and telling us that we don't have a mandate. I mean, we are talking about the employees of the ANC, and the ANC is the one that goes for elections, and these people are actually deployees, and they should be treated as such.
When are you looking at finalizing the new Troika for Mangaung municipality, looking at the poor state of that municipality? Services are not properly being done within that municipality. The municipality is crumbling, and you're looking at across the country, many municipalities are facing revenue generating streams and revenue income streams where the coffers are totally dire in these municipalities, and in particular metro municipalities.
We're hoping that the officials of the ANC National would resolve this matter as the processes. We have done our part, and we have submitted our recommendations, and we're waiting for them to finally indicate how we proceed from here.
Come the provincial conference of the Free State, will you be the provincial chairperson of that province?
The branches are going to be expressing, and the delegates of the ANC would actually take a decision on that matter. But if considered, it will be an honor to serve.
When you look at the branch nominations for the 55th National Conference, who seems to be in the lead in the Free State between Dr. Zwelini Mkhize, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, or Cyril Ramaphosa?
You know, if you were to ask me, because I don't know how these nominations are, we will know once they have been consolidated. But for stability and for progress, we would go for Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa, and I think that's what our province is going to announce.
On the issues pertaining to your former Secretary General Ace Magashule, who is the former provincial chairperson of the Free State, on Monday you were supposed to appear before the National Disciplinary Committee of the ANC. He snubbed the NDC of the party. As a Free State province, he is a member in your province, he's a member in Parys. What should happen to your former Secretary General?
During the funeral service of one of the members of the legislature about 3 weeks ago, I had an opportunity to speak to him, and I advised him that it will be prudent for him to act in a manner that serves the organization, that actually brings the integrity of the organization, and he should avail himself in helping the ANC to heal, and especially in the province, and he should do everything to make sure that he unites and he works towards uniting the province. And I left thinking that that's what he was prepared to do, and I'm still looking forward to making sure that we continue our discussion from there and see him do what we had agreed to do. And I think it will be in the best interest of his integrity also, and if he can focus in building an organization instead of working against the ANC.
Are you anticipating to receive the Phala Phala report by the Integrity Commission this weekend?
That I don't know. Depends what happens in the NEC.
If the Integrity Commission, the President should step aside, must he step aside?
As we have said, that nobody is above, the ANC, including the President. But we believe that this matter will be resolved in a manner that would prove that the President is not guilty.
Are you prepared for the Phala Phala fallout, in the words of former President Mbeki?
I think we are. We are, as members of the ANC. We're not stupid. I always say I come from an era of activists of the ANC and society, activists in society, people who were prepared to die for a cause and not for individuals. And in this case, we are not members of other members. We believe in what the ANC stands for, and that is what we will support throughout. We will support the ANC throughout in making sure that the ANC as an organization achieves what it has to achieve and what it sets itself to achieve. So that is what we prepared. We are prepared to struggle, for life, just to make sure that the ANC does what it's supposed to do in saving the people of the country.
Mr. Dukwana, thank you very much. So you are saying we are seeing you on the 25th of November?
November.
For your provincial conference?
Yes.
Any chaos anticipated there?
No.
Are you coming back?
Certainly.
That is Mr. Mxolisi Dukwana, who is the convener of the ANC in the Free State, saying that they are holding their provincial conference, which is one of the two last remaining provincial conferences with the Western Cape. They are saying they are going in on the 25th of November towards the 28th of November, where their provincial conference will end. And from the 30th of November going to the 3rd of December, that will be the Western Cape Provincial Conference. And also saying that ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa is not above the organization, and they are prepared for the Phala Phala fallout, against the words of former President Mbeki, and also going on to say that they are anticipating that the Phala Phala reports in the Integrity Commission of the ANC in Parliament will clear President Cyril Ramaphosa of any wrongdoing.
I want to just steal you a little bit, Samkele, there, and really move to provincial issues, particularly here in Gauteng. In fact, move all the way to Ekurhuleni, where the ANC in Gauteng says that it's disciplining Ekurhuleni Regional Chairperson Mxolisi Dukwana. He's under fire for going against the ANC's instructions by tabling a motion of no confidence against Executive Mayor Tanya Campbell. Take us through exactly the bits and bobs of what happened there and what this means for leadership stability in that region, particularly for the African National Congress.
Essentially, what transpired is that Mxolisi Dukwana put in a motion of no confidence against the mayor of Ekurhuleni, Tanya Campbell, against the wishes of the African National Congress, which has landed him in hot water. As you can see there, the visuals of ANC NEC member and minister in the presidency, Mondli Gungubele, arriving there for the ANC's NEC meeting alongside the minister in the presidency as well, deputy minister in the presidency, Zizi Godwa, in that black bus. They are arriving for the ANC's NEC meeting. Mxolisi Dukwana is essentially being disciplined by the ANC on matters pertaining to him and the Ekurhuleni caucus, putting in a motion of no confidence against the mayor of Ekurhuleni without the wishes of the ANC's PEC, which goes further to TK Nziza, the provincial secretary, and Panyazo Lesufi, saying that has hampered their negotiations with other political parties, which has resulted in the EFF voting against the ANC in Ekurhuleni, which may also affect the ANC's vote in Johannesburg with the economic freedom fighters.